Dark Knights of Steel takes place in a new DC medieval fantasy world where Batman isn't even the only familiar resident. This world will be changed when a spaceship crash lands from a doomed planet. Jor-El and Lara escape the destruction of their home planet Krypton, crash landing on an Earth that is stuck at a medieval level of technology and culture. A band of mounted archers ride out from a nearby castle to attack them as Lara gives birth, but Jor-El obliterates the attackers with his heat vision just as their son, Kal-El, is born. Jor-El assures Lara that everything will be alright and that he will keep her and their son Kal-El safe, and as it pans out we can see there is barely anything left after the explosion. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Storms, a peasant named Constantine has a vision of demons who will conquer the world, while King Jefferson listens and orders the prophecy recorded. Young Constantine lays on the floor and talks about a prophecy saying the Green Man waits, fire and blood, gods are born and gods are killed. 19 years later, at the Castle of El, the story follows up a now-grown Prince Kal-El who asks a knight named Bruce to let him join a hunt for a Banshee. But Bruce refuses as the Banshee's magic is one of the few things which could harm Kal-El. Kal-El then asks Bruce what makes him immune to magic. Bruce ignores Kal-El and rides to the village. Bruce and Alfred ride to Feist Village, which has been evacuated by the Robins, orphan children who act as Bruce's spies and agents. Bruce goes to confront the Banshee, whose name is Dinah, alone and accuses her of being an assassin sent by King Jefferson. Dinah denies it and attacks him. Her screams veiling the building they stand in but leaving Bruce unharmed except for damaged ears, much to both their shock. After the Banshee's screams, we can see Bruce left there in agonizing pain, and the thing is that he is not dead and still standing when any other mortal would have been dead. Even Dinah has to ask how is he still alive, and then she tries to scream again. Kal-El swoops in and covers Dinah's mouth, observing that she looks like a scared girl rather than a monster. Bruce knocks Dinah unconscious and they carry her back to the castle of El. Jor-El and Lara, now king and queen of the land, summon them to the throne room. Bruce initially claims he brought Kal-El with him, but Kal-El admits he went of his own accord, and without Bruce's knowledge, saying that he is unwilling to let normal men risk their lives for his family when he is almost invincible. He also suggests that Dinah is not the assassin that Bruce's spy in Jefferson's court suggests is coming for them, believing that they are imprisoning innocents in their quest to remove magic from the kingdom. It is also revealed that Bruce is the bastard son of Queen Martha, wife of the previous ruler King Thomas. When his mother and stepfather died, Bruce refused to take the throne, believing the people would never accept a bastard king, and so Jor-El and Lara took power despite believing Bruce should be king. Believing the people would never accept a bastard king, and so Jor-El and Lara took power despite believing Bruce should be king. Kal-El and Bruce begin arguing over Bruce's refusal to claim the crown, but Jor-El orders them to stop and tells Bruce to walk with him. They go up to the battlements and Bruce tells Jor-El that he believes he is cursed as he was able to survive the Banshee's scream despite being a normal man, and asks to be imprisoned or exiled. Meanwhile, in the distant Hob Forest, the Green Man charges an arrow with magic from his ring and an outlaw named Oliver fires it towards the castle. Jor-El confesses to Bruce that he is Bruce's father, which is why he is strong enough to fight the ones with magic. Jor-El says that his relationship with Martha was a mistake and Bruce was the result, but Bruce wasn't a mistake and that Bruce should sit on the throne. Immediately after, the magic arrow hits him in the eye and he is killed instantly. Bruce cradles Jor-El's body, his eyes glowing red.